I want you to imagine, if you will, the future. What will people want more than anything?
Upgrades, people, upgrades. We all want to improve ourselves in some way, whether it be physically or mentally.
You know what we also love upgrading? Our equipment for war!
But sometimes, these upgrades make our soldiers absolutely butt-busted. Like, I'm talking absolute menaces who want nothing more than to see our infrastructure crumble and die.
Throw a bit of child abduction and warmongering in there, and you get these two cybernetically enhanced villains.
Sundowner, the southern sword-swinging savage head of the private military company, Desperado from Metal Gear.
And Atom Smasher, Arasaka's gun-slinging head of security and boogeyman of Night City from Cyberpunk.
For Sundowner, we will be using all of the Metal Gear canon, and for Atom Smasher, we will be focusing on 2077 and its edging appearances, with the tabletop game serving as supplementary material.
Even though it would be kind of funny if we scaled both to Fortnite, but that's just me.
I concur. But for now, let's see which warmonger will come out on top in this fictional feud.
After the fall of the United States government, the world was forever changed, and more PMCs started popping up.
And things were definitely getting better. No more war, conflict, or anything of the sort. Things were pretty nice and peaceful.
That is until a private military corporation, dubbed Desperado, needed to start back up the war economy as per usual.
And they could only do this by killing Bumcrack Osama and creating an event equivalent to 9/11. Quite an interesting tactic, to say the least.
And at the head of Desperado, we got the scissor-wielding warmonger, Sundowner.
Like I said, kids are cool, Jack. And I'm very in touch with my inner child.
Sundowner's past is shrouded in mystery, but from what we can gather, he was born in the sweet home of Alabama, baby. Woo! Where he probably did some Alabama-y things.
He then joined the military during the Sons of the Patriots, where he was an absolute beast in the fields.
Quite the absolute monster of a soldier, and he took many names in the Panama Invasion, Gulf War, Iraq War, and many more. Although the military service was a wee bit too boring for him, so he dropped out and took some mercenary work, where he had an absolute blast doing that as well.
That was until he got clipped by some guy with an IED, which, to be fair, there must have been a lot of craftsmanship that went into it for it to only be an improvised explosive device.
With that, Sundowner was taken out of the picture and presumed dead like Tony Stark, until he woke up in a sick new cyborg armor, like Tony Stark.
So true, Hippo. But unlike Stark, he would be investigated for his innocent and red pill acts or war crimes, such as desecration of remains and torturing of POWs.
That's immoral. War crime this, code of conduct that.
Although, like the body in my backyard of 87, the trail went cold and thus couldn't be evicted.
Yeah, that's going. Wait, what?
Forget about it.
Sure. After some time, he would weaponize his bloodlust, literally, with two big-ass machetes.
Oh, silly Hippo, those are not just any machetes. They are high-frequency machetes.
That's right, Hippo, but what are those?
Glad you asked. Basically, to turn an entire Hideo Kojima script into like one sentence, they vibrate really fast. Fast enough to cut through anything, massive oversimplification, but that's essentially what they do.
He vibrates what? But yeah. He would use bloodlust in a self-taught way to slaughter anyone that got in his way, even modifying his own body to hold both of them at the same time, like a huge pair of dastardly large scissors.
Sundowner can also heat these bitches up until they are red hot, and when he uses them as shears, he becomes damn near fucking invincible.
Well, he also has a set of explosives and reactive armor, which oddly resembles Japanese Shogun. Anytime they're hit, they, and get this, explode, like Oppenheimer.
And with all of these tools, it's no wonder why he's the head of Desperado, especially with the feats he's backing up, like killing soldiers with no sweat, casually using big fuck-off poles to fight, and match this loser, Raiden, who could slice his truck in half, and could fight Nanomachine Son, who could smash apart a Metal Gear, earning a result of around 20 kilotons of TNT. Especially impressive considering these were made for nuclear warfare.
Although, if we want to talk about speed, we've got to talk about Raiden. You see, Raiden was able to hop on top of missiles and dodge lasers from Metal Gears. And this was Raiden before his upgraded armor. Hell, way before this, Big Boss was able to dodge shots from a rail cannon. And newsflash, buddy, Sundowner was Ghosthost.
But back to the lore, after he gives President Obama a lobotomy, cyborg Jeff Bezos wanted to create a big event to rival 9/11, which would cause the war economy to constantly loop into itself.
But in order to start back up the war economy and through a weird legal loophole, he had to get children's brains and put them in jars to train them for war.
And you said child jars for robots to fuel the war economy. Now, you may ask, why did he do all of this?
Coming from a series known for complex plots, constant loopholes, and government cover-ups, he just really loves war, man. And he wants to kill people for money. I respect the hustle.
He quite literally is the embodiment of when you commit a war crime.
But after getting Swiss cheese by Jack the Ripper, he congratulates him for indulging into his violent side, and passes the torch to good old Wham Bam Slam Sam.
Which led Ryan to fight some dumbass senator from Texas University. He used to play ball.
Which led Jack to let it rip. But when Sundowner was alive, he was an absolute menace, man. And really brought the blinding red sun back to its paradise.
Kill it! It's gonna take some time. Slow and painful.
Welcome to Night City, a place with sky-high rates of violence and more people living below the poverty line than anywhere else, including Jackson, Mississippi.
Yet, despite this myriad of issues, it still remains the least fucked up city in all the remains of the United States.
It is so dense that it produces legends like Morgan Blackhand, David Martinez, V, Keanu Reeves, etc., etc.
Yet only one would stand out as the boogeyman in all of Night City. The man who sold out his humanity for more power. The fearless, the infamous Adam Smasher.
You look like a cut of fuckable meat, are you?
His early history is quite unknown, like a certain opponent, but from what we do know, he hailed from the Big Apple, and pretty early on joined the military to fight, and oh boy, did he love to fight.
But the funny thing was that after he got discharged and returned home as a merc for hire, he found out some gigs and such were super common for him as a big brolic bra, which made him quite the infamous PS3. Although eventually all good things come to an end, as he found his in the form of spaghettification.
But this caught the eye of a little corporation called Arasaka, and they made him a very good deal. They would get him as a guard and they would keep his soul. In return, he would get a badass suit of armor and cybernetic enhancements.
Any rational or sane man wouldn't have taken this deal, but Adam is kind of fucking unhinged. And he really didn't care too much about his humanity. So with all this new drip, he patrolled the streets as the boogeyman of Night City.
Where he would again make a name for himself, accepting basically any mission that wasn't blatant suicide or betrayal. So like, 50-50. But over time, he would develop a soft rivalry with another merc, Morgan Blackhand.
No, personally, I do think Adam had a point of being a robot is better, because, come on. But this rivalry would come to a climax when both were pitted against each other in the Fourth Corporate War.
Arasaka really wanted their special little guy to win, supplied him with the Dione power armor, enhancing him to far greater extents than what he previously had.
And after being at the epicenter of a nuke that leveled the Arasaka Tower set by Keanu Reeves himself, the absolute madman, and Arasaka just gave him more mechanical enhancements with the Dragoon armor, which gave him such hella kick-ass weapons, like the wrist and shoulder-mounted weaponry.
He also has a Militech-made, ironic, belt-fed Mark 31 HMG light machine gun that he can absolutely buzzsaw anyone who gets in his way. Besides that, he's a master of Panzerfaust, a martial arts style built around being a big-ass robot.
Wait.
And where's your cybernetic enhancements, Hippo?
I don't know. But getting back on track. He also has a ton more implants that he can use to analyze his surroundings, manipulate his pain tolerance, and can even slow down time to boost his speed.
And let's just say, he really does smash anything that gets in his path.
Yeah.
He's a literal one-man army, and he has the resistances to back it up. He resists blinding lights, sonic blasts, and even hacking.
Oh yeah, when this menace was getting hacked, he literally looked straight at the hacker and revealed his demon-ass fucking skull before ripping the hack off, in turn frying the hacker's brain. That's raw as fuck.
This guy has immense Black Air Force energy. He will crush dreams and people like no problem. Like with David Martinez, the same motherfucker who gets this big ass machine with gravity manipulating devices that crushes people like pancakes. And Atom Smasher just crushed him like a tin can. More impressive with how these enhancements that David got were specifically meant to fit Smasher himself.
And that was after he A-trained this one girl, comatose the hacker, and severely wounded the driver. I think he's proved dignified basically anyone or anything, no matter a group of CEOs, Keanu Reeves, or any low-life scum from Night City.
Later on, he literally saw these two motherfuckers while he watched the owner of Arasaka dying, and he didn't say anything despite seeing them. Why, you may ask?
He just wants to kill people! He's fucked! He's my little guy! Make him one fucked up head of security, that's for sure. Who then had to take down one of those MFs chipped with the literal soul of Keanu Reeves.
And with all of this absolute slaughter, he's earned himself some pretty impressive feats. Like when he smashed into an armored car with no damage taken at all, can take gunfire and explosive like it's nothing, and tore apart David's cybernetic enhancements comparable to his own.
But in terms of scaling, we can look deeper into our favorite Latino speedster, David Martinez, who can catch up to cars in a super speed mode, with the booster of 10 times earning a speed over Mach 200. He also outpaces a drone while in Sundowner. This can get results over 2.5% the speed of light.
But wait, that's not all. We can apply kinetic energy to all these speeds for results varying from 38 to 451,000 tons of TNT.
I don't really think that... whatever, never mind. Smasher himself should upscale from the bomb he previously survived that nuked the Arasaka building, which himself would get him over 3 kilotons of TNT.
And something interesting to note as well is that Adam gains a weird buff whenever he is fighting Hispanics.
Finally, the racism amp.
Anyways, this would ultimately bite him in the ass and lead to his death, because that one guy, plus Keanu, would want to separate, which would lead to the raid on the Arasaka Tower, like the one Keanu would do in 2023. Hey, isn't that really close?
And his death would send shockwaves throughout the entire Night City, immortalizing his infamous legacy. So if you have a dream in the big NC, well, look for somewhere else, because there's a good reason to Smasher in his name.
None leave the slaughterhouse. To challenge me, getting a special was very scrappy. Don't make me laugh.
Sundowner claim yet another name for Desperado?
Or will Adam Smasher have another cut of dead meat for Arasaka?
I mean, I just don't know if Adam will see Sundowner.
So true, Hippo.
Well, I guess we'll find out in this fictional feud.
Alright, can't find the Sundowner fellow. You guys get fucking off the
Well, it looks like Arasaka finally sent their dog after me. About time.
dog. More like their executioner. And you have made quite a name for yourself back in NC.
This world was just getting a bit too peaceful.
Well, it looks like you pissed off the wrong people.
Let's take this to the roof. Good. Now we can go all out without damaging the goods.
With pleasure. Since I'm feeling generous today, I'll give you a head start to prepare for the slaughtering.
I very much appreciate how you embrace conflict. But let's get this show on the road. Let's see what you're made of, Smasher. Quicker than what your build shows. I like that.
A rudimentary device. Not much, but it's enough to outpace you. Looks like your little rampage is
Let's see how you fare without your merchandise. How?
Thought you said I was nothing without toys.
You bastard. I'll make you pay.
Who are you to make me pay? You are nothing more than a dog who follows the senator's orders. Don't make me laugh.
I see now.
What? Who the fuck do you think you are?
Best listen up, as I'm only gonna say this once. I am fucking invincible! And I'm keeping this as a little souvenir for our little discourse.
Yo, he said the line, he said it!
That's right, Hippo. But TLDR, this fight's pretty close, all things considered.
For starters, both held some pretty hefty advantages. But let's start off with physical prowess. Between the two, Smasher can upscale from the 3 kiloton bomb feat, it could scale to David having enough kinetic energy to level a town.
Sundowner, however, can scale to Raiden and Armstrong's feats of Metal Gear related shenanigans. Those getting results also within the town range to potentially much higher. So while not a massive gap, but one that could be made in Smasher's favor without assumptions based on nuclear warfare statements.
Speed is also in the same boat for both.
Sundowner scaling to Raiden's laser reactions and David's speed boosts both landing up the relativistic ranges, with much higher ends available for Sundowner, making this a slight strength advantage for Smasher and a slight speed advantage for Sundowner.
So let's look a bit deeper into their characters to really see who would win. Since stats would be pretty irrelevant here, with basically non-existent gaps other than the slightest advantages.
In terms of arsenal abilities, Adam would have the way more versatile options available with his implant plant, the projectile launcher, machine guns, and a shoulder rocket cannon launcher, with the Sundowner stand also allowing him much slower perception against Sundowner, something that has been capitalized against him before with Raiden.
However, all that versatility will mean jack and shit against the high-frequency blades, since these blades will negate any stat difference or arsenal gap given how they operate and can slash through literally anything.
Yeah, those fuckers kind of make that a giant advantage in Sundowner's favor, which Smasher really can't make up for with any versatility or skill he may have.
Sundowner's shields also defend against most of Adam's weapons. The only thing that he doesn't have a definitive answer for is the Sundowner stand. Well, which it operates similar to Raiden's blade mode, it was by no means the reason why Raiden beat him. Raiden won out his fellow high-frequency blade, which Smasher happens to lack here.
Even giving Smasher the benefit of the doubt, those high-frequency blades are way too hard to work around. Sundowner is also just, like, way more experienced with fighters on his own level with greater versatility than his own, while Adam more just stomps out any lower-class goons that get in his way. As we said before, he only takes missions that he knows he can complete, while Sundowner is more willing to go buck wild with his approaches. And in the end, Adam's underestimation was his downfall like it would be here.
So, despite having a generally better arsenal, versatility, intelligence, and potentially even greater strength, Sundowner was just built differently enough to cut the boogeyman down a peg with his blades, greater speed, and his own battle experience, to bring out the perfect counters against the Night City Nightmare.
The winner is Sundowner, the Red Sun.
Whoa! What the fuck?
Finally, I can kill myself. Nah. So
Yeah.
hey guys. So welcome to the hotly anticipated video. It took a little bit. It took like a year, maybe a little bit more. But hey, it's out, and if it's good, amazing. If it's ass, killing myself.
You
tonight.
literally sucked my dick. I don't care.
Maybe kind of on this one, but yeah. So, not only thank you for getting into this video, but thank you for waiting for the extended period of time. It was far too long. Let's just say I was a little bit I was a little busy doing other things. And my other things, I mean, school, playing gear, working,
Gooning.
gooning, yeah. Okay,
Flicker gooning.
Shut the fuck up. But
Jerkmate ring.
Jerkmate ring. Oh yeah, you're right. But
This
yeah.
is great.
So, anyways, but you know, aside from that, thank you for waiting. I hope your patience was rewarded. But and not only that, happy Valentine's Day, because we're dropping this on the 14th, which I'm gonna future-proof it. And if it's not, happy late Valentine's Day. Yippee.
Practice safe sex.
Well, no, we're in the versus community. No one has sex.
All right, practice not safe sex. Go on, take a walk.
All right, okay. So more, but you know, aside from that, more, you know, I got other things planned this year. I got more content planned this year. That's probably not versus related, but still, you know, new stuff, and then final thank you to the Patreons, both of now and old. The now ones being Ethan, Cringe, and Ice King. Thank you very much. Y'all three. Y'all are FF's strongest soldiers. And then thank you to the past of FF patrons of past, being Cup, Jobber, and King Corporal. So thank you guys for contributing to Fictional Feud. Thank you very much. And then also thank you to the VAs who helped out this time around with CJ, importantly, big cool Mr. Coolman, Mr. Adam Smasher himself. But also thank you to Evan Maple, who voiced Sundowner. Now, I would post his socials in the link below, but he's deleted everything.
May he rest in peace.
He's gone. So, like, thank you. Like, may rest in peace. But I don't know. He's probably not dead. But you know, aside from that, yeah. Aside from that, again, another like, a huge thank you to everyone who stuck around with this dog ass schedule. Ooh, thank you very much. And then aside from that, Hippo, you got anything?
We'll keep doing streams. We have our server if you want to join.
Yeah.
But besides that, we have a freaking sweet next time. I'm thinking, why don't we just roll that bitch?
Let's roll that. Let's go. All right. But you know, again, thank you for watching, and let's do that next.
Whoa!
Somewhere in the universe, somewhere someone's got it worse. Wish that made it easier. Wish I didn't feel the hurt. The world's smallest violin really needs an audience. So if I do not find somebody soon, I'll blow up into smithereens and spew my tiny symphony all up and down a city street while trying to put my mind at ease. Like finishing this melody, this feels like a necessity. So this could be the death of me, or maybe just a better me. Now coming with the